to a restaurant or a public place and maybe you weren't dressed the part and you noticed how differently people treated you? Have you ever been somewhere where there was someone else that seemed to have more confidence and exude more education, get treated more differently than yourself? These are some of the things that I have experienced in my lifetime. Growing up as a child, my mother placed us in predominantly white schools. We lived in a black, impoverished neighborhood right outside of Chicago, Illinois, and my mother wouldn't allow us to go to school with the neighborhood kids. Instead, we had to go 2 miles to another school. As a matter of fact, we had to walk to and from school, rain, sleet, or snow. While going to this other school, I noticed a lot of things that were different. I noticed the kids had more things than I had. I noticed that they were more privileged than I was. But the way that they talked and the things that they learned was totally different from what was being taught in my household. So, of course, my mother chose to break this vicious cycle by getting a better education for my brothers and I. What I have created is a chart. The chart is basically tracking of students with low caliber class. This part right here shows the socioeconomic status. This right here shows the stress. And this right here is the coping status. And this right here is the monetary resources. This is the peering, and this is the parent expectation, and below that, this circle right here, is the learning capital, the culture and social aspect of it. Over here we have the teaching expectation as well as the student's expectation. Right here we have the parent's expectation. And in the middle is the academic achievement. Below that is the school dropout. So basically everything is tracked by social class, what class you are. That's how you get grouped, that's how the schools get grouped. That's how teachers teach. Parents, only know sometimes what they've learned, what their parents taught them, so they pass it on to their kids. And most of the time where I come from, parents work, so they barely had time to do anything. And they're psychologically, they weren't able to be there or nurture a child and provide many opportunities for that child to see other things, to develop growth for the child. So, due to the statistics and the groupings, one thing leads to another. With the parents working, the child is left to deal with stress. And stress leads to trying to cope with the stress. There's no one to talk to, no one to turn to. There's no means for opportunities afforded to that child. So the child is basically set up for failure. When the child goes to the school, the teacher groups them off by social class. They pay attention maybe to the middle class students, and they are more patient with the middle class students, but they lack patience for the poor students who seems uninterested. It seems that, we cater to people who have confidence, who have things, in comparison to the people who don't. So in the interim, that child feels like if nobody cares, why should I care? And so then we have a dropout rate. Okay? I say all that to say this, that it does start with education. Education can be the key out. It was for me. I am a witness. I'm still in school right now. trying to obtain my degree. But had it not been for my mother providing those opportunities for me that she wasn't afforded, and me, being able to grasp and learn and pay attention to the other cultures and the other students and pick up what they learn, it helped to it helped me to better myself. So my thing is with the media, how can we put more things on TV? How can we provide more programs that are educational, that are different, that does show a different side that some of these kids may not be afforded? Everybody has a TV or television in their home that they can, basically watch and get some type of ideas of the culture or different opportunities that are out there. But as the media, how can they spark the interest? How can they, get involved?